and salutations, and welcome to the Casso podcast, episode 16, Revenge of the Sith.
You say that every episode.
I'm gonna say that every episode just so you guys know. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, AJ.
2026, dude. Crazy.
2026.
Like, I'm not ready for that. You know what I mean? I was having this conversation the other day.
I'm really not ready for 2026 because I've been watching Elon Musk and all the tech bros talk about AI. So I'm really not ready for 2026. From what I hear, they're taking over.
Things are getting scary, man. I was talking to somebody the other day,
No.
and I was thinking, like, hopefully I pass away in the year 2089 because I'll be 88 years old in the year 2089.
I'm gonna put you in my DeLorean and gun it to 88.
Dude, that sounds like the future, man. Like that sounds
Back to
like
the Future.
pretty much. There's gonna
Dude, they say honestly, and I'm not even playing, and I don't know the exact numbers, but they say life expectancy for Gen Z is like 140 now. It's like double of what it is for everyone else in the United States because of medicine.
Well, I do like, but I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be 25 this year, which is super exciting, and I feel like I'm getting really old.
I'll be like 67, 68, and then we'll count. Well, I'll start over at 0 when I become AI and a robot, and then I'll be like 25 again someday soon.
I'll be 67. Anyways,
Dude,
I can't.
How did you let me
it.
go for a minute without? Just to piss. I literally said 67 just to piss you off.
Dude,
And then
I can't unhear it. I was telling somebody the
That's
other day.
so silly.
I'll be at the gym and I'll be doing like curls or something, and I'll be 1 to 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm like, damn it.
and then I kept waiting for you to say it, and then I'm like, I'll be 1 as a robot.
Anyways, 6, 7's ridiculous.
No.
In other news, this weekend, probably the hypest weekend I've had in a while.
Tell him you went to the game.
Oh,
Tell him you went to the game without your dad, you punk.
Shout out Jason. Me and my good friend, we went to the game.
You know how many times I've taken him to the game, but I guess you can't take me to a game. I'm just joking.
No, but
you know how many thousands of dollars I spent on you at the game?
We went to the.
Okay, at least did you get me an Elway jersey?
No, they didn't have them.
Oh, all of a sudden in Denver they don't have Elway jerseys.
I looked, and then I looked
at the team store.
Yeah, no, we went to the team store and I looked for that, and I looked for a blue Bonito jersey.
Yeah,
they didn't have it.
Ooh,
I know,
blue Bonito, yeah.
And then I was gonna get a T-shirt, but I mean, for $50.
What about a blue Knicks? But I thought that's what you were gonna get first. Not for me, for you.
No, I wanna. For anybody wanting to know my wish list on Broncos jerseys,
which is nobody. So for anybody that AJ's not talking to,
I have my orange Bo Nix. I want a blue Bonito, and then
you wear it the whole game?
I didn't wear it at all.
See, dude.
No, time out.
That's why we kick field goals instead of touchdowns, bud.
No, hell no. For those that don't come to the bar on Sunday evenings for the game, the 2 times I wore my the season's over, so I could talk about it.
Yeah.
The 2 times I wore my jersey,
we lost.
Yeah,
and I can vouch for that. I was like, that is the 2 times.
And then the 3rd time we lost, because we only lost 3 games this year. The 3rd time we lost was because he went out of script and he wore a Broncos Santa hat.
Yeah.
Which I am convinced that is the reason we lost that game.
Well, dude, remember we wore those Santa hats when Indianapolis came here and beat us?
Yeah, dude.
It's like we broke from the norm and we wore our stupid Santa hats to that playoff game and lost.
So I wore. I mean, I was at the stadium wearing what I wore to work because I was so afraid that I'm gonna mess up the mojo, and I honestly kind of did, because instead of wearing my work, and this is how crazy I am as a Broncos fan.
Yeah.
Instead of wearing my work shoes, I wore my boots, and even then I was like, oh, now we're scoring field goals.
I meant to ask you, how was it being in the stadium with us kicking field goals instead of scoring touchdowns? How was that?
It was still electric. It was still fun. Everybody was having a great
time.
People
weren't getting pissed because we were going for threes and stuff.
No, we definitely were.
Okay.
I was booing Bo Nix for a little bit. Because I was just like, dude, how many times were we in the red zone and just couldn't convert?
Well, they broke it down on the, Schlereth and Stokely break down on the fan. They break down the game actually with the teleprompter, or the telestrator, not the teleprompter, the telestrator. And they were like, man, the plays were bad. The offensive line looked horrendous. They were like, we give the offensive line an F.
Yeah, but at the same time, I get it. We just needed to win that game. I'm not happy that we didn't ball out, but I'm also happy nobody got hurt.
Yeah, dude, but it was like 10-3 for a long time, man. Yeah, it was like,
and I mean,
are we gonna win?
Which, shout out Jason, we were in that end zone for the that pick.
Oh,
insane.
it was.
Dude,
Oh
we
yeah,
were
yeah,
in
yeah,
that end
yeah,
zone,
yeah.
and when that, oh man, we were
Well, that was
almost
like that
passed
time when
out.
we went last year and Mims ran that punt back.
Yeah,
We were in that same end zone. Yeah.
we were in the end zone where the
Yeah.
Colts guy didn't. He dropped the ball before
Yeah.
he crossed the plane.
Oh
We were in
yeah,
that end
yeah.
zone too, and I remember I was like, he dropped it. He dropped it. But anyways, no, it was super fun. Uh, Secured the number one seed, so we have
For the
next
first
week
time.
off with the Seahawks, which honestly, the way that we're playing and the way that it's going, I think we might see them again.
Well, dude, I like what Sean Payton said. He said it's a big deal to be at home for all your
Hmm.
playoff games, but the biggest deal is not the rest because he's like, actually, I don't like the rest. He's like,
Yeah.
I'd rather just play next week. He's like, but we only have to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl instead of 3 like everybody else in the AFC, which I hadn't really ever thought about that. I'm like,
Hmm.
but now I'm like, hey, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
Yep,
that's how Peyton did it 10 years ago.
yep. And
You know.
we barely beat the Steelers and we barely beat the Patriots
Hmm.
in the games and
And
yeah,
for all the like those remember, I feel like we barely beat the Panthers.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
16-7 for a long time in that game and 1-6-7 now. Now it was one
Dude,
plus 6-7.
I swear every time I hear it, but
Oh my god, that's
for
funny.
everybody that is competing, shout out everybody that was asking for this. We brought it back. Playoff time. We got Pick'ems again.
Yeah, let's do the pickums real quick and then get into some news. And then, like we were telling everybody last week, we were gonna take down the episodes to a half hour because, again, I don't ever, me personally, I don't watch a podcast for an hour.
Yeah.
I get it all in clips, and eventually we're gonna be clipping all of everything too once we get a little more sophisticated in our production. But yeah, let's go with the picks. On let's start in the AFC. Who do you have between Pittsburgh and Houston?
I got the Texans. That defense is crazy.
Yeah,
That defense is gonna eat them up.
I got the Texans just because they're a better team. The the AFC North. Did you watch that? I haven't even
Oh,
talked to you
dude,
since Sunday. Did you watch that game
what a fun game. Yeah, I
between the
did. What a
Ravens and
fun
Steelers?
game. I
That
was
was one
with
of the best games I've seen. It was back and forth, and just in the fourth quarter, it was like crazy, man.
shout out. I don't know if he still watches, but shout out Dakota.
Yeah,
He's a big Ravens fan, and I was sitting right next to him when we were
yeah.
watching that game.
Did you?
Devastating.
And then they missed it. The
Yes,
Steelers missed the extra point, and then it was
it
crazy.
was that priest. That priest helped him out and
Yeah,
blessed that end zone. That's so
yeah.
funny.
So once the Steelers missed the extra point, I'm like, oh, it's over. The Ravens are gonna win, and then they missed the field goal.
Oh my god.
And Justin Tucker was like the old Ravens kicker that got kicked off for massaging. He was like, "Hey, how's that rookie kicker working out?"
Dude, insane.
Yeah, but
So
I got the Texans too.
yeah, give
Yeah,
me the Texans.
they're just a way better team.
Hmm.
Again, this is probably an equal matchup. But who do you have? Bills at Jaguars. Who do you got?
They're both really good, but Josh Allen scares me. I want Josh Allen to get a little bit further than what he does, and it would be nice for the Jags to get first rounded out just to make me feel better because the Jags are a great team. They're a great team. When they
I don't
came into
believe it.
Denver and
No,
whooped us,
they came into Denver and watched us play their best game and us play our worst game, and they barely beat us. Still,
mm,
I mean,
but
but no, no, yeah.
give me the Texans or
The
the Bills. My fault.
the
I
Texans.
was on segment one first. If I'm dropping stuff.
um, I'll actually take the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars win it, and I think they win it pretty convincingly. I don't think I think the Bills' window has closed.
Hmm.
Even with a quarterback like Josh Allen, I mean, the Miami Dolphins had Dan Marino for 18 years and they couldn't do anything. So it's going to be, to me, he reminds me of that lineage of quarterbacks, Philip Rivers, all those kind of quarterbacks
Yeah,
that are really
that were.
good, but they don't have the team around them. And that's how I feel about the Bills. Cook is a good running back, but the rest of their team is trash. It really is. And
Hmm.
I'm not actually talking crap. I'm being real serious. And so give me the Jaguars. And then the last game in the AFC this weekend, Chargers at Patriots. Who do you got?
Give me the Chargers.
Yeah.
I think one, they're once they're healthy, they're better, and two, I don't think Drake May's ready for it yet. I don't think their coach is ready for it yet either.
So I think New England pulls out a bare 1, 2, 3 point victory. So
Hmm.
I'll take New England, and which means if I'm right, we will get Houston here. If you're right, we'll get the Chargers here in 2 weeks. So we'll see.
And I'm
Yeah,
not worried. Honestly, kind of not worried about either of them.
no,
You know,
no. The
we've beaten
NFC,
both of them.
like we talked about the last few weeks, the NFC worries me a lot more than the AFC. I think
100%.
it's a foregone conclusion. And again, knock on wood, the Broncos will be in the Super Bowl, and that doesn't mean we'll win it. I'm not saying that yet,
Hmm.
but we'll be in it. But let's go to the NFC real quick, son, and then we'll get to some current events. First game up, Carolina at the Rams at Carolina. Who do you have?
Give me the Rams.
Oh yeah,
The Rams easy.
It's just another one.
It's Matthew Stafford's year.
Well, and it's just another one where there's one team that is really good and there's one team that's not, and it's clearly clear.
And Carolina barely made it in.
Okay, now I want to get you on a second pick on that one, son. Do the Rams cover minus 10.5?
No.
Okay.
No. And honestly, for all those that are really superstitious, I don't know if you saw throughout the season, the Panthers were undefeated when they won the coin toss. So that all year, so that really has
that's something to think about.
Yeah,
for sure.
Undefeated when they would win, and then when they would lose is when they would lose the coin toss. So what I'm saying, I'm not. Don't take my money.
You're saying they're going to lose the coin toss,
but if they lose the coin toss, start betting. Get on FanDuel and start betting once they lose.
Should I bet $67?
Anyways, next game we got
the 49ers at the Eagles.
Give me the 49ers. That's easy.
Again, I was on there 2 weeks ago. Look, they're gonna give me the Eagles. Honestly, the way they looked as bad in proportion to as good as they looked the week before. Last week, they looked as bad as they could look. Give me the Eagles at home, man. Give me the Super Bowl champs at home, bud. I mean, seriously,
that's a fair point. But I don't. This year, I've not trusted Jalen Hurts with anything.
Oh no. All they need to do, if they run Barkley 20 times, 25 times, they'll win the game.
That is true.
So, and then the last game, we got the Packers going to the Bears, that'll be crazy. Who do you got?
I got the Bears.
Yeah, I'll take the Bears too.
I think the Packers are still way too hurt.
Yep.
To do anything crazy.
Yep.
Is Jordan Love playing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's hurt though. He's been hurt the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that whole team has just been hurt.
No.
And,
they don't look very good either. On top of that, no. Yeah. But so if our picks hold up on that side of the bracket, we will see the Rams go to the Seahawks because the lowest seed goes to the number 1 seed next week, and so I think it's shaping up like that. I could easily see your scenario where the Chargers come here, but I think more than likely they'll lose to the Patriots.
That would be real nice if the heavy hitters get taken out first.
Yeah.
And, I'm not afraid of Buffalo anymore. I'm not afraid, but I am afraid of the Jags and the Patriots.
Are you?
I'm being completely honest.
I'm not at all. When it comes time and Trevor Lawrence will start seeing ghosts like he has. I mean, honestly, he had a couple good games this year. He didn't even say.
Well, their schedule was really easy too.
Yeah, he didn't have a good year per se, like the whole year. He had a few good games and one against us, but I don't think that he's not at that level. He's not at Bo Nix level. I don't care what anybody says. Bo Nix literally this week became the all-time winningest quarterback in his first 2 seasons in the history of the NFL. He won 24 games in his first 2 years. Yeah. Bo Nix is a winner. I like the way he was running. I think that's going to be a big part of our game in the playoffs. Come here in a couple of weeks. Bo Nix actually getting at least, and not necessarily quarterback sneaks or quarterback draws or anything like that, RPOs, where it's run pass option kind of thing. But we need 6 or 8 of those a game, and then 4 or 5 straight up scrambles. And we do that. We do that. We'll win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Sean Payton.
No.
It's time for you to reveal all the secrets.
Yeah. And Riley Moss, it's time for you. Hey, yeah, you played a clean game on Sunday, buddy. Let's keep it going through the Super Bowl. Oh my God, Riley Moss.
I love the Riley Moss hate. Hey man, you're doing all right, dude. You're doing all right.
Dude, even like next July, I'll be like, hey, Riley Moss, the season's in 2 months. We're gonna do the Riley Moss.
Yeah, the Riley Moss.
The Riley Moss.
Yeah, he's a fan of the show though. Riley Moss is.
Bo Nix is. Yeah. That's what I saw on Facebook, anyways.
All the Broncos are fans of the show.
Yes.
They watch us religiously.
Yes.
They don't, but one day.
Oh, they will.
One day they will. Yeah.
One day they will be forced to when we are the number 1 podcast on earth.
That'd be kind of cool. I'm gonna start saying that we are.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, current events.
I'm gonna say right now we're ranked 67th, but.
Current events. Were you awake on Saturday night when that was all going down?
No, I was not awake at 4 o'clock in the morning Venezuela time.
No, it was 2 o'clock here.
Oh, no, I was kind of making a stupid joke, but
I had gotten off of work.
Oh yeah.
And I just got home. My feet hurt. My back hurts. And I open up TikTok to scroll while I'm making dinner, which I eat at 2 o'clock in the morning, which sucks. And I was all, what do you mean we bombed Venezuela? And I was freaking out for a minute.
Well, like we talked about on the podcast and talked about personally, when there was 8 naval warships in the area a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
we're gonna do something.
Something's going down. Yeah, but
I couldn't believe. I thought they would probably just kill them. And we even talked about it on the podcast last week. Maduro had a compound in the Amazon rainforest with 500,000 soldiers surrounding it. So he was outside of that.
The fact that he fled that.
Yeah. No, I don't think he was in the compound. I think they had him under surveillance, and they got him. I think they caught him in Caracas,
Mm-hmm.
but then they got his wife, and they got them both without killing them, without without any type of.
Yeah.
The extradition was nice. I'm not, and again, we were talking about this before the show. Again, because Trump did it, of course I'm going to have a problem with it, and I understand that I have Trump derangement syndrome, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that's a good thing after the everything that he's done to this country and to me personally. But to me personally, he has driven me crazy if we're being real honest about it. But we talked about it. What if another president did this? And we can play all that game we want, but the false pretense of going in there for the drugs instead of oil is stupid. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
but
not, it makes it where they think that we're stupid. Okay, you're gonna go steal the oil. Cool,
yeah.
say it. Be a man.
Yeah.
You're a little mouse, buddy. Be a man. Say what you're gonna do. That's what I did when I was a politician. That's what I'm gonna do when I'm a politician again. If I am, I'm not gonna sit
Anyways.
there and cry about it.
Anyways, so
Mhm.
that happened Saturday
Yeah,
morning or Sunday morning, I guess.
yeah,
And no, I might be backwards on something.
yeah. It was funny. You sent me a text on your way home from work. It was like 2:19 in the morning, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't check it, but then I did check Facebook and or Instagram or whatever, and I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, that's what he texted me. And I
Mm-hmm.
got worried because I thought maybe you had had trouble at the bar or something, or I was like, but
No,
yeah,
but so I might be wrong. I think maybe Friday night because I what? Yeah,
yeah, it
no,
was
this
Friday,
happened
Friday into
Friday,
Saturday.
Saturday
Yeah,
morning. But
but
anyways, so
and so
then my personal story was I saw this and I was like, what's going on? What's the president going to say? And they're like, yeah, he'll talk to you at 11 in the morning. Okay. So I waited. I went to bed and I'm like terrified because it first started with uh U.S. starts bombing Venezuela and I
yeah,
was like, oh no. And then it was like U.S. took Maduro and his wife. Oh no.
yeah,
And I was freaking out for a minute. And
yeah,
then when I went to bed, kind of like fear mongered out, like
yeah,
I saw everybody's reactions to it that was up that late.
yeah,
And then that press conference, Shane Gillis said it best. They're
yeah,
funny, man. They're funny. They're
yeah.
not like the subject matter really. It's kind of should be intense, but the way that he goes about it, like I,
Al Baghdadi, he died like a dog.
beautiful dogs.
Yeah.
But so I started taking notes when
Did you
the
taking notes?
yes, and I only got a
Did he?
couple things.
What did he say? I didn't even. I got the gist of it, but I didn't see. He didn't have any zingers, did he?
Yeah, dude, he said it was dark. It was really dark.
Really scary.
It was dark. I mean, really dark. Well, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you went in at 4 in the morning. Like, yeah, it was dark. And then something else that I thought was hilarious.
So,
The Secretary of War. Can we quote? We could quote him on that now, right? He goes,
for the next 2.5 years, maybe. But
he goes, he effed around and found out. Talking about Maduro.
yeah,
What are we talking about? What are we? You know what I'm saying? When he said that, I was like, are we making clips right now? Is
that's a,
he?
that's a new United States foreign policy. Fuck around and find out.
Yeah. Are we making clips right now? Like, is he hoping that somebody gets that? Will like post that on
Oh my
whatever
god.
to show like American strength.
Yeah,
He effed around and found out.
yeah,
And yeah, no, he didn't say
yeah,
the real word. He said effed around. And come on, dude, that's hilarious.
yeah,
Secretary of War.
yeah. Unfortunately, the secretary has effed around and found out about a lot of things too when he's not in
Did,
office
did,
anymore.
did you watch the whole thing?
No, no,
Sometimes it's
dude, it's get to a point like we always talk about. It becomes a parody of itself.
yeah, right.
I'm
Like
like, what can he tell me that I don't already know for one, and what can he tell me that I don't already disagree with for two, and what can he tell me that I don't know about the United States for three because he doesn't know anything and I know everything compared to him, especially. So it's like, what? I mean, there's no point to it.
watching the president talk and everybody around him. Like, what's his name? Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio was doing the Cash Patel, dude.
Little Marco,
Dude, I'm like, I
was he
feel
doing the eyes?
he was
He
like,
was not.
but he also looked super tired. If you rewatch it, Marco Rubio was trying to take a nap, dude.
I heard they're going to install Rubio as the president of Venezuela to oversee the oil.
Oh man.
Then Trump will get mad at him too, like little Marco, the president of Venezuela.
Oh man.
Oh my god,
Like,
these guys are silly. It's
and
just
just watching them go about it and like then they had like
mm,
the war general go on and I
yeah,
was like, okay, this is serious. And
yeah,
we heard the plan and
yeah,
what was it, Operation
yeah.
something, I
We'll
forget.
have to deal with this nonsense for about about 12 more months. Then we'll move on to the impeachment trial in the House, and so we'll go from there. And not just the impeachment trial for the president, for all of his cabinet too. So we have about 11 more months of this nonsense, and then guess what? The president and the secretary effed around, and they're gonna find out.
Anyways,
That's not that's what was in a zinger, AJ.
I guess how do you feel about everything that happened this weekend? Now that it's kind of calming down. Another.
I understand we're going into a country that has the greatest strategic oil reserves in the world, but it's heavy crude oil, and so it has to be processed, and so that's going to make all the people that are rich off of petroleum more rich off petroleum. Blah blah blah. It's the same old thing. The billionaires are running their stuff. Let them. I mean, honestly, I could have got a
Mhm.
degree in finance and became a billionaire too. I care about the country. I don't care just about myself or about money or about oil. And so they can keep doing whatever the hell they want. It really doesn't affect us here publicly. I mean, but you gotta understand you're setting a precedent for countries to go into other countries and kidnap their rulers, especially if there's a dictator and the world perceives somebody having a dictator, and then you take them out, and that
Mhm.
includes the United States. And so he put the American, not just, he's not going to be president much longer, but he put the American presidency at risk, and I don't like that. I don't
Mhm.
agree with it. I don't like that because I don't think that's a precedent that should be sent. I don't care if it's a Republican or a Democratic president. They should not be touched. They should not be touched like that. And he set
Yeah,
that
but
precedent.
but at the same time, I'm sure you saw the videos of the Venezuelans. Uh, They're excited. They're happy.
Yeah, but
I mean,
you want to know something? Here's some no
Maduro was a criminal
no
for.
crap, no crap. Well, we have a criminal in office too, a 34-time convicted felon, and so
Yeah, I mean, but this Maduro was a drug kingpin who took over Venezuela. No election, no nothing.
we have a pedophile in office too. I mean, we can do it.
Allegedly,
We can
allegedly.
allegedly,
Yeah.
but well, we can go down the list. We have somebody that, well, hey, guess what? It's Happy Insurrection Day. He incited an insurrection. That's not treason. I mean,
Oh,
we have a
that is
president
today.
that
Yeah.
did that. We had a president that called the Secretary of State of Georgia and tried to get him to change votes. So that's not illegal. That's not felony. I mean, we can go on and on. So when you're setting the precedent yourself as a criminal, you can't really talk about anybody else.
That is true. That is
No.
a fair point.
So
However, because I was kind of on the fence about it until I
yeah.
started seeing those videos of,
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
who want, and again, we took out a dictator, cool. But
hmm
again, a lot of people, and a lot of people, I think, more in the than in Venezuela, think that the United States is run by a dictator right now. So what does that give people license to do anything like that to us? No, that's not how it should be. And we set the precedent. And again, we're supposed to be the law of the world. We're supposed to be the what the world holds itself up to, not the bottom common denominator. This is stuff that third world countries do to each other. You know what I
hmm
mean? This is exactly what countries like Venezuela do to each other, or to themselves, or to other countries. That's not what the United States does. We were supposed to be above that, but we're not above that anymore because of the election that we just had
Okay,
last year.
so do you think doing stuff like that makes us less of a superpower or more of a superpower?
It makes us less credible when we say we're a country that is ruled by a constitution
Okay,
and the
okay,
rule of
time
law.
out, time out. Forget,
Yeah.
like,
Oh no,
no, no, no, no.
that's important
Put,
though.
okay, but this is exactly what we're talking
Yeah.
about. Put anybody else in charge. Anybody else. It could be Joe on the street,
Uh-huh.
Put him in charge and we
Yeah.
do a move like that. Do you still feel that way?
I don't feel that way as much about it, but I still do. I do feel the same way
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, it's a regime. I don't know how to speak when I'm 50. No, regime change
Mm-hmm.
is never a good thing. It's never worked. It's never going to work because again, you're giving up a part of yourself to say, hey, we believe in the Constitution, we believe in international law, we believe in law, but yet we break it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
automatically you discredit yourself as a country or as a person or as a leader, in my opinion, when you start pulling crap like Manuel Noriega or Saddam Hussein or any of these dictators that have throughout Hitler. When I talk about
Mm-hmm.
an illegitimate dictator that should have been taken out, I mean, it's that kind of stuff. But you don't do that. You fight the wars, you win the wars, and then whatever happens, happens. If we wanted to go to war with Venezuela over their oil, do it.
But I mean,
Not that I agree with that part
yeah,
either, but
but
yeah,
we're thinking about preventing a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah,
The drugs,
yeah. How
the
many fentanyl deaths got prevented by this? How many? I mean, how many
well, I mean,
cocaine? You don't die from cocaine usually either, unless you have a bad heart. And so, how
but
many
it's
deaths
really,
were
but
stopped?
that's really hard to pinpoint. You know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah, it's
People are
hard to
gonna do
pinpoint,
it.
but you can't use it to justify going in there
Well,
either.
I mean, but at the same time, like that's hard. That's a hard thing
Yes, it
to
is.
to
Of course it is.
jump and
That's why
think
you don't
about.
use that as a justification.
Mm,
Yeah. So no,
mm,
you're completely right, son. It's just you don't use that. Say what you're gonna do and mean it.
yeah,
You're going in there to take their oil. Cool.
yeah, and
And that probably does benefit the United States. Cool, but it's still wrong. Yeah.
that's a fair point.
Yeah. And again, it makes, and again, I do have derangement syndrome. I'm actually going to embrace that because he has made me deranged with all the shit that he's pulled, not just as a candidate, but as a president, and then as a convicted felon. And he's actually done a lot more felonies that we don't know about or do know about, but we just haven't convicted him yet. And so
allegedly,
no, allegedly, Cash Patel. I'll see you in Narnia, buddy.
See you in Valhalla, brother.
But
on a kind of silly note, to be just silly.
Yeah.
I saw that Luigi, P Diddy, and Amaduro are in the same prison.
That's funny.
Like, do you ever take a step back and be like, is this real life?
Yeah,
like,
is it a
P Diddy's with the
yeah,
the president of Venezuela right now?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, good news is our president will probably join him in about 3 years. So.
Yikes.
and the new president of Venezuela, little Marco Rubio, will be there too. So.
Wait, time out for a second. You said that, like, I've heard that before. They weren't friends before, right?
Oh, geez, the 16. I mean, they were running against each other for the Republican nomination,
right. Okay.
and so all that stuff. Yeah,
and
Rubio was like, I wouldn't trust him farther than I could throw him. He's a piece of crap. He's a loan shark. And what is he now? He's still that.
Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Or Lion Ted Cruz, or all of them were funny, dude.
Yeah. See, dude, like sometimes if I highly doubt Trump will ever watch this podcast, but if he does, I want a nickname. I want to.
If he did watch it, I'd be like, I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
I want a nickname. I want a Trump nickname.
Okay.
Funny,
I came up with one earlier, but Corn Dog Boy.
Corn Dog Boy.
That's a shout out to you, Corn Dog Boy, if you're watching.
I'm still confused about that. You were telling me, but I was trying to get
Corn
my stuff
Dog
ready.
Boy.
What happened? You were fighting with some guy on Facebook?
I was just being stupid.
And you called some guy Corn Dog Boy?
Corn Dog Boy. Oh my God.
Sometimes this is for everybody.
Yeah.
If you're ever just bored, go on my father's Facebook and just start reading the comments, and I have a blast doing it.
Yeah.
So shout out Corn Dog Boy.
Yeah.
You're watching.
Shout out to my daughter who fought a state senator running for U.S. Senate. That was awesome.
That was crazy, dude.
Yeah. Shout out to my wife who always gives me good digs and always likes all my stuff. Shout out to all the funny people that actually add stuff to the conversation.
And if you're
including Corn Dog Boy.
And if you're from the Facebook, leave a comment.
Yeah.
If you're from my father's Facebook, good or bad, leave a comment saying you came from there.
I think Corn Dog Boy told me I could eat his butt or something. That's what he said before we got on. I was like, I said that actually was funny, buddy.
Oh my God, Corn Dog Boy! Shout out Corn Dog Boy.
All right, buddy. Well, we're approaching that time, and again, it seems like 30 minutes is not long enough, if I'm being real honest. Really? But yeah, it doesn't seem like we really got into the weeds too deep. But we're approaching that 30-minute mark, and I do want to be consistent because we are going to start really, really streaming on all platforms and all that stuff, where we're going to actually start kind of growing it eventually, just so our I wouldn't say fans, but people that tune in or look at us on YouTube, eventually we want to go to 2 episodes a week, 2 30-minute episodes a week. Once we get it down, again, we've talked about it. We process everything through AI, and we watch all this stuff as to how we should process the episodes, and so we're still going through all that. But any final words, son?
I got a new segment.
Yeah.
I'll come up with a better name for it. But question of the week.
Okay.
For any football fan out there that their team got eliminated, this is your time right now to pick your bandwagon team for who's going to the Super Bowl before it starts, before the playoff starts. So you can't Super Bowl day say, "Oh, I was a fan of the Broncos since day one." So for anybody who's eliminated or anybody who's in it, put down who you think is going to win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
You could do points. You could do matchup. I want to read that so that come Super Bowl episode, I'm not afraid. We're going to go down and we're going to see who was right, who was wrong, who's the closest.
You could do a hashtag, God bless Bo Nix. We'll know what you mean. You can put a 6-7 and we won't know what you mean.
So that's my new segment, question of the week.
Okay.
Comment.
I like that.
Stuff
I like that. That's good.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun. So, all right, son. Well, thank you. That was a good episode. We'll see what happens in Venezuela. I think that again, I did put a centrist position on Facebook. I was like, hey, we did take out a dictator. That's good for the world. It's good for the country of Venezuela. But the way we did it, again, it doesn't really correspond with how we have proceeded as a country for the last 250 years. So
Hmm.
it's a little bit of both. I'm being glib about it because it is Trump, but I'm being glib about it in that maybe we did do a little bit of something good too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with that being said, thank you to everybody for tuning in to the Casso podcast. Catch us on YouTube, catch us on Facebook, Casso podcast on Facebook and YouTube. For my son AJ, I'm Edward. I'm signing out. We'll see you guys next week. And next week the set will definitely be changed. We are I don't know if anybody noticed.
Spoilers.
Yeah, we did go to a center perspective now as opposed to a side perspective, and so we're kind of getting into the production a little bit better. And then we're gonna have a few surprises here behind us. Got a couple cool Christmas gifts for my wife, and want to show those off. So we'll see those next week. And that being said, thanks, son. We'll see you, and have a good week, everybody. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.